across the ring in the red corner. Ring black trunks trimmed with silver, he weighed in at 12 stone 7 pounds. This evening he makes his professional debut from Bolton, Lancashire, Troy Gallagher! Your timekeeper is still always in the world, your referee is Steve Gallagher from Cleveland. This is a light heavyweight contest scheduled for 4 premium rounds.
Four 3-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. The debut of Troy Gallagher out of Lancashire, trained by Stonehand's Bob Howard in the black shorts with the blue and grey shiny sequel. And a man in the opposite corner from Italy, but out of South London these days, Southwark, Victor Edhaga, who throughout that ring walk of Troy Gallagher's was completely and utterly emotionless. Not a sign of anything. But Gallagher nice and composed in the first few moments of this opening round of his debut, which is good to see. Bouncing in and out on those toes and throwing a good selection of shots already, Mike.
Yeah, I've not seen Gallagher before. It's his pro debut. Don't know much about his amateur career, but yeah, it's a good start from him. He's a nice tall kid. Good stiff jab. And you know, when this fight was made and I saw the match up, I thought he's got his hands full here. Gallagher, because Edhaga is just a nightmare to fight, basically. He's usually very negative. He's awkward. And as you say, he's emotionless. It's hard to read him, but looks like Edhaga's trying to make a contest of it.
He is. He finds himself on the back foot. Troy Gallagher certainly controlling the fight on his front foot as he just tries to steer him off guard with that jab and catch him with whatever shot is swirling around his mind. He's had good sparring on the lead up to his pro fight in that Tyson Fury gym in Morecambe with Bob Howard and with Matt Catterall as well. I know he's been sparring with the likes of Tommy Fury and many of the other good fighters that they've got in and around that gym and in the area. And of course, when you're training alongside a former heavyweight champion in the world, you can pick up some tips and tricks along the way. But Edhaga is doing his absolute utmost to make this a difficult night's work for him.
Yeah, well, I think Gallagher's got a game plan, and he seems to be sticking that. He doesn't look frustrated, you know. As I say, Edhaga is awkward. Gallagher watching his feet. He's got good foot movement. I think he's got technically he looks very, very good. Just switching styles there. Stances Gallagher. Now he's back to orthodox. Do you know what, Darren? To be fair, that was probably the best round I've seen at Edhaga on the offensive, basically. Yeah.
Well, it must be something to do with people making their debuts, because as he made his ring walk, I told you that he's only ever stopped one person who was making their debut. So maybe he's a bit of a party pooper, but he was hardly negative, was he? Although he was on the back foot, but I think Gallagher was the person in control of making sure that he was on the back foot.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, Edhaga seems to be, like you say, it could be that he likes taking people's O's, basically, and or the debutants. So yeah, I was sort of impressed with Edhaga, but even more impressed with Gallagher. It was a good first round.
Round 2 of this one, scheduled for 4 in the light heavyweight division. Troy Gallagher making his debut if you've just joined us, and my goodness, has he brought a crowd along with him, because there is some noise behind us here at the Tough Sheet Community Stadium. Well disciplined performance so far. Hasn't got carried away, hasn't smothered his work.
Yeah, he's just keeping that half a step away. He's not getting involved too much. He's trying to box his way, which is the best thing with Edhaga. Because I think if you get close to Edhaga, typical journeyman style, he will try and grab you and hold you and mess you around a little bit. Which I'm quite surprised so far that Edhaga hasn't sort of reverted to those tactics.
Well, his supporters are doing him proud, making a lot of noise for him here tonight. I tell you what, Edhaga's going for it, isn't he?
He certainly is.
Yeah, swinging some wild hooks.
He's looking very aggressive tonight and very positive.
Gallagher just needs to make sure those hands are nice and high, and he's ready to bob and weave and get out of the way of those big wild shots.
Yeah, Edhaga's definitely not come to make the numbers up tonight. He's in there to make it competitive, which is good to see.
Nice straight left hand to the body, thrown from that southpaw stance of Troy Gallagher. Just dipped the knees of Victor Edhaga.
Under the 9th fight tonight from Edhaga, so he's a very experienced kid. That's why I'm surprised at the match-up, but that's how much confidence they've got in Gallagher.
I can see why they've got the confidence. He does a lot of stuff very well. Looks solid.
He does the basics well, Darren. If you do the basics well, then you can only progress from there. You know, you've got to have the basics down to a T in there. Gallagher's got those.
I said to Lee Whitehead when we were commentating on a fight last week when Brad Ray topped the bill in Bolton, that Barry Jones, former world champion, always says about how he loves a fighter who quite simply boxes with their hands up. And there's not that many fighters who do that these days, are there?
There aren't, no. And I totally agree. I prefer to see someone there with the hands up, throwing straight shots, simple hooks, uppercuts. You know, rather than be flashy and throwing punches from the waist. And you know, again, each to their own. People like different things. People like a bit of entertainment. I like a good old traditional hands up, get in there, get stuck in, and you don't get the job done.
I agree. I do like a fighter who does the basics well and sticks to them as well. Nice high hands as Troy Gallagher, just gauging that distance as well as he possibly can with an awkward, quite wild fighter in Victor Edhaga.
Yeah, you know, these fighters can be dangerous like that, especially Edhaga. He's a big lad. You know, he looks like a big, strong lad.
Great left hook there from Gallagher. Do you want to see him just follow up on those a little bit more, Mike? Lands a good shot, but then kind of leaves it there.
Yeah, that's it. Back to what we were saying before, you know, 2s and 3s instead of single shots or 1s and 2s, 2s and 3s. And when you see the opening, just up the pace a little bit, then you can step off. You can take a step back, have another little look. he's not getting carried away with Gallagher, is he? You know, he's got a great support here. They're right behind us at ringside, but you know, he's not getting carried away. He's sticking to his job, and he's just still doing the basic stuff, and he's being successful with that.
Edhaga almost trying to taunt Gallagher just with those facial expressions and that juttery style of his, encouraging him with his footwork and the way that he's moving around the ring to just follow him round, and that is what Gallagher is doing. But as he does it, he's throwing that good stab to the body like he did then, and follows it up with a right hand upstairs.
Yeah, Edhaga was quite elusive there. Some good work from Gallagher, but Edhaga was rolling a few punches, slipping a few punches. Just a little slip at the end of it.
And Matt Cattle and Bob Howard in the corner screaming for Gallagher to go to the body.
See, with the basic stuff there, Darren, you know, if you can touch him with that left hand, then you can follow up with something then. As long as you touch him with that left hand, then it's the basic stuff. Other punches will follow, the basic punches will follow.
And I guess, Mike, that's just about the experience, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And also the confidence as well, that knowing that if you can land, you can throw a second shot and a third shot. Simply not just doing that one punch is enough. You know, you have to. These guys are fit guys. You know, they train for these 4 rounds, so there's no reason why you can throw the 2s and the 3s. But that again, that comes with experience. But so far, good performance by Gallagher. I think he's taken all 3 rounds, Darren.
Yeah, comfortably taken the 3 rounds so far. Lots to like about him, and if he does manage to get the job done in his 4th round, I tell you what. Right, this crowd behind us are going to erupt, aren't they? Because they're getting very excited, and rightly so, because there's an emotional connection to the person fighting in the ring.
Yeah, you know what I'm also pleased with as well, that Edhaga has actually come tonight to put on a performance himself. So he's made it competitive, and it makes the victory. I'm pretty sure Gallagher, we've obviously got a round to go, but if Gallagher gets the victory, then you know it'll be an impressive one, basically.
Nice reflexes from Gallagher, just dodging that jab and the lead hook which was thrown before. If any, Mike, which shot do you think Edhaga is open to?
I think he's probably open to a left hook.
Well, just as you say it, on cue he lands one.
And he happened to slip under that. He just, you know, both hands are quite low.
Oh, nice right hand over the top there from Gallagher, landed on the temple of Edhaga.
You know, if he just touches him there like he's doing, touch him with the left hand there, drop a right hand downstairs, and come up with the left hook over the top.
It's been a consistent performance this from Troy Gallagher, a good debut. He's kept the tempo up, he's kept the work rate up, he's been consistent with the work which he's done. He hasn't got sloppy, even though he will be tired now. The adrenaline would have taken most of that energy away.
Yeah, it's having that extra round. You know, he's used to doing 3 rounds in the amateurs. Now he's gone up a round, 4th round. People don't think it makes that much of a difference, but you know, it certainly does. But you train for that, and then you move up, you do the 4-round circuit, and then you move up to the 6, and then onwards and upwards. But it's been a competitive fight. I think the fans have got value for money in this fight already.
I have, and props to Victor Edhaga for that as well. Good stab to the body with that left hand from Gallagher, who's been switching stance a fair bit in this fourth and final round. "30 seconds or so left to go in this debut for Troy Gallagher.
Yeah, so what Gallagher's doing now, that left hand, he's just touching that left hand, he's leaving it out, and what you do then, you see Edhaga's reaction to that left hand, and you counter, you see what he's doing, and then you counter.
Well, just a slip there for Troy Gallagher, and that is the end of Troy Gallagher's debut. I'm sure it would have been something he's been looking forward to immensely for a long time. Like anyone making their professional debut, when you box as a kid and you're an amateur, I tell you what, he will remember this for the rest of his life. Big smiles and fist pumps all round.
You know what, that's the sort of the best grounding you can have, that with someone like Edhaga. I'm glad Edhaga turned up tonight. I'm glad he made it competitive. He had a little bit of success at times himself, but you could see the difference in quality there from Gallagher, and yeah, very impressed with his debut.
Well, the Gallagher fans continue to sing behind us, loving it every single moment. The person they came to see put on the performance they wanted. And once Gallagher's got his gloves off, we will get the fighters together, which Steve Gray is urgently trying to do, because we've still got plenty of boxing to go. Right, well, let's head over to our MC, Mr. Phil Seymour.
Ladies and gentlemen, a really entertaining bout. Please show your appreciation for both boxers. After 4 rounds of light heavyweight action, we go to the referee Steve Gray's scorecard. He scores the contest 40 points to 36 points in favour of your winner. On debut, remarkable ownership,
Well, a big noise inside tonight for that decision. All 4 rounds on his professional debut. Troy Gallagher has done himself and his people proud. He can enjoy the rest of his evening, because he is now a 1-0 professional boxer.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.